With such major disasters in the far past, such as the Irish potato famine brought on by the pathogen Phytophthora infestans, being a daunting reminder of what could happen as a result of tainted foods, and the 9,000 deaths which occur as a result of foodborne illnesses in America each year, over 50 countries alike have already turned to food irradiation as a prominent solution. This is a process specifically used to eliminate harmful pathogens in foods and extend their shelf lives by removing microbes from food molecules. It already has several proponents supporting it in America, such as the FDA, which approved it in 1997, the World Health Organization, the USDA, and the CDC.
We've already started using food irradiation on many of our staple foods, such as fruits, vegetables, and meats. However, there is also opposition to food irradiation who claim that it can be detrimental to our food and therefore us. These opponents also state that the process of food irradiation results in the decrease in essential nutrients and vitamins in our food. Despite these negative claims, food irradiation should be a prevalent practice in all countries and be used on all foods because it kills most of the harmful microorganisms in food which we consumers eat every day, and because of the other numerous benefits it provides in addition to this, which I will go into later. To demonstrate this, today we will be divulging into the process, the many more modern-day applications, and both sides of the controversy surrounding food irradiation. So let's start off with how food irradiation companies such as the Food Technology Service right here in Florida performs this process.
It all takes place in a food irradiation plant, which approximately costs $2 million, similar to other food processing plants, and the irradiation specifically takes place in the irradiation room where the source generator is located. There are three major ways to perform irradiation on foods, which the plant uses depending on the type and size of the food, and therefore the generator is also differed according to which method is needed. Nonetheless, all of these methods use radiolysis to eliminate microbes and harmful bacteria. Radiolysis is a biological process where a high amount of energy dislodges electrons from atoms and elements from molecules by breaking intermolecular forces and chemical bonds, which are essential for cell growth and reproduction. As mentioned before, there are three ways to irradiate foods. The first way is through electron beams. According to the University of Wisconsin, these electron beams are shot out of an electron gun, represented by the flashlight, which a power source, symbolized by the box with the red arrow in it, supplies with electrons. These are both located in a generator, and the beams are shot at nearly the speed of light in the form of highly energized electrons into the food, causing radiolysis to occur on the food, which would be in a freezer at this time. The electron beams are typically used for foods which are small and thin because a single beam can only penetrate up to 3 centimeters due to the small capacity of electrons it carries. But since we eat a variety of foods, from fruit to the much larger steak, scientists developed the practice of using gamma rays to irradiate bigger foods. According to the CDC, in this process, the radionuclide cobalt-60, or the radioactive isotope cesium-137, emits these gamma rays into the food, and energy from these rays are used to perform radiolysis. This occurs because, according to the EPA, both the cobalt and cesium go through a beta particle decay, which causes it to become excited and build up energy. Then the energy is released in the form of gamma rays. The last way is through X-rays, which are also used on larger foods. According to the CDC, in this method, a large stream of high-energy electrons are reflected off a heavy metal like chromium or tungsten, where some electrons are absorbed while the others are converted into X-rays. Then the X-rays are focused into the food, where radiolysis starts to happen.
Through these three processes, food irradiation has been successfully sterilizing food and making an enormous impact on us consumers. In fact, according to the CDC, the amount of deaths resulting from E. coli has been cut in half since 1997. And if you remember, this is the exact year that the FDA approved food irradiation for foods other than spices such as meats and poultry. In addition, according to the Better Health Channel and the Deakin University of Australia, France irradiates an average of 1,019 tons of food each year, as opposed to the mere hundreds of tons which the U.S. irradiates in a year. Interestingly, according to the USDA, because of this, the amount of deaths in France resulting from foodborne illness is three-fourths the amount of foodborne illness-related deaths in America. However, in addition to this primary responsibility of sterilizing foods, food irradiation has also been able to serve many different purposes and achieve several different benefits, which further prove its necessity worldwide. One of these is its ability to prolong food spoilage, which extends the shelf lives of foods in markets and reduces the amount of preservatives needed in foods. Scientifically, food spoilage is caused by pathogens in foods, and since food irradiation eliminates these pathogens, food spoilage is drastically delayed. By doing this, a nation can save several millions of dollars and eliminate wasting food, which is primarily a result of spoilage. Another valuable perk to having food irradiation is that it lowers the dependency on pesticides and toxic treatments, since it can do the same thing as these without the risk. These treatments are extremely harmful to the environment since their gases produced can harm the ozone and can result in people dying of acute poisoning. However, like we all know, nothing is ever perfect. Food irradiation has some problems, which include that it results in a decrease of nutrients in the food, causes slight changes in the food's appearance, and some people think that it causes the food to become radioactive. Though it is true that food irradiation causes a slight decrease in nutrients, the same exact effect happens with canning. Also, irradiation does not cause food to become radioactive, as the food never comes in contact with a radioactive substance. Even if it did, the ionizing radiation used in irradiation is not strong enough to disintegrate the nucleus of even one atom of a food molecule, so the food cannot become radioactive. Overall, while food irradiation has these downfalls, it has several benefits which we prosper from greatly, such as its ability to preserve food. It is supported by several regulation agencies like the FDA and is extremely reliable for eliminating bacteria and pathogens in foods. In my opinion, food irradiation is the best solution to food poisoning catastrophes and therefore should be used extensively in all nations.